Hello and welcome to this brief screencast on Outlook. We're just having a quick look over Microsoft Outlook. This is the 2016 version, so it's quite up to date. And first thing you'll notice with it when you fire it up is you've got the standard menu tabs up the top there, which when you click onto them open up various options, which some we'll go through in this screencast, some we won't. But the main thing we're going to be working from here is going to be the file and the home tab. So if we keep a note there, if you fired it up for the first time, go to File, and from here you can add a new account. So you can add in whatever account you've got there, Gmail, Yahoo it should work with, or Hotmail, or whichever account maybe you've got. If you've just got a job working as an administrator, chances are you've got this on your computer and it's already been configured in for it to work. What it does is Gmail, you've seen it from your web portal and it's fine to work from there. But on computers you might have more than one email address, and it's not unusual to have several in here, and this is what we call the email client that's downloading email directly to your computer. And of course anything you delete from here will be deleted on your actual portal as well, so be careful of that. That's usually what happens anyway. You'll notice over here you've got your email account and you've got your files, and all of these I think are quite self-explanatory. You've got your trash, that's our rubbish bin. And then further down we've got that file, if you remember we created in the previous video. There it is. So what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to send an email and demonstrate adding an attachment and demonstrate zipping up that attachment first, so we can send off a CV. And I'm going to send the CV to myself, AWA training 2018@gmail. Please don't use this email account. I don't use it for anything other than training, and I won't reply to any email that fall into this. So please use the email given for any queries. Speculative. Can't spell speculative. Application. And you'll see there that any sort of lines appear underneath if you've made a spelling mistake. So that's the subject, and that's pretty much as it was on Gmail, no difference at all. There's the email address. If I wanted to add another one, I could put a comma in and add another email address. I could also say joe.blogs@gmail.com, and to all intents and purposes that is a form of carbon copying. It's the same sort of outcome, but to be neater I'm going to cut that from there. So just did a Control and X and Control and V. So put it in there under the CC, the carbon copy. Now I'm not going to put too much in here. Dear Sir stroke Madam, please find attached a copy of my CV and covering letter for the role of IT desktop support. There we go. So you can even come up here, but hyphen in desktop, so they know what it is when they receive it. There we go. And I'm going to come across here to attach a file. And I'm going to go for, see here I can got a covering letter I can attach, and I can attach my CV. Now where did I get it from? Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's remove this and actually go in and show you where I got it from, because that's not really fair. Where did I get it from? So we're going to attach and browse this PC, and then we'll wait for a few seconds for it to show me desktop, and there is my desktop, and wait that for a few seconds, and there is my Curriculum Vitae folder, and in here are my two files. So I can probably press down shift and hold down the lower arrow and then insert, and that's put both of them in there. Now we do also teach adding zip files. So what I'm going to do very quickly is also show you how to do that. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Minimize that. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, the sins of previous buttons I pushed earlier showing up now. Let's just clear the desktop off. Oh, I'm going to come all the way down here, whack that, and that takes me straight to my desktop. There we go. And here we are. So that's the CV we saw earlier. the CV folder. There is nothing in it, hence it's reading 0 kilobytes, but pretend there's something in it. And I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to when it activates. There we go. And I'm going to go to send to compressed folder. Hit enter. And that's pretty much what it is. That's WinRAR is what it's used. It's also WinZip. So if I come back down, there should be the option to save it as that type of zip file. I don't use it very often. I use WinRAR, but there it is. Actually, we've just used it, haven't we? So what it is, it is on the computer, but that's the default program that Windows is using. That one. It's the same thing. So I'm going to fire it back now, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because we're talking more about sending zip files. And the reason for that is because it compresses down the file that makes it smaller and easier to send, because Gmail has got a 20 megabyte limit. And look, it's magically appeared there as well if you just want to grab it. But I'll tell you what, for the purposes, because we're all new to this, aren't we, I'm going to come in and do it properly and get straight to the document. And there it is on the desktop. And I'm opening that, and there it is. And I'm going to send. And that should be in our email account. And there it is, or it should be. Just pause for a second to wait, and I'll be right back. So welcome back. I didn't have to wait too much longer, but there it is. It's appeared there, and you can see, dear sir, madam, please find us. But the first line of my main body email in there, you can see too that it's got the attachment little paperclip symbol in it that said there's something in this, and you can see the email address on which it's come to. You can also pull this aside even more if you need to. And obviously here you've got what we call, before I click on it, there was, I think you might have just seen an envelope symbol down there, and it also appeared down here to say there's a new email. And Microsoft Outlook are good at flashing window panes across to tell you if you've received an email as well. And I find it a tad irritating, but it does sort of tell you that there is an email coming, or if you receive some. I'll click on that, and I don't have to double click it to open it, but there it is. I can read it here as it stands. It's already marked that as being read. Please, dear sir, madam, please find us attached a copy of my CV and cover letter for the role of IT desktop support. So I can therefore come in here, and I can therefore save that. I can probably put it into my documents and save that, and therefore I have the email as a attachment, so I can go in and read that later. And then what I can do is I can double click if I want to, and that opens it up. And from here I can reply. Hi, I don't think I gave my name, but I'll say, hi Alistair. Many thanks for your application. Our team will review it and get back to you very soon if you're successful. There we are. Best regards. Oh dear. Team. There we are. So that's what you could be sending back. And also, if you wanted to, you could CC the manager into that. And if you want to flag it, you can also flag it as high importance as well by clicking on that, and that will show that it's a high importance email when it's received. So now it's important, or if it's low priority there, or if you think, I'll tell you what, be okay, and I won't click it. So that is the basics of how we send and receive an email, and I'm going to send that. It's going to land back in my mailbox again. If you're waiting for it and you've been told it's been sent, you can always click on send and receive up here, and what that does is it will download there and then for you, because otherwise it will download every sort of couple of minutes, and that's not ideal if it's an urgent email. So that's a quick way you can get it if you need to. So there it is. There is the reply I've sent myself. So I've just applied to myself for a job, and that is basically how we do that in Microsoft Outlook. So there's more to cover, but I hope that is enough to get you going for now, and thank you for watching.